Hello, and welcome to episode 1 of Spiritual Smoke Sessions with Princess Jayla, the podcast. This is officially the first episode, the first ongoing episode as we speak. And for this episode, I wanted to speak on relationships. They don't always have to be intimate, they don't always have to be platonic, but I really want to touch base on the relationship that we have with ourselves and also our spiritual relationships. Now, a lot of the time, I guess, we don't speak on the relationships that we hold with ourselves unless someone asks about us or if we're engaging in conversation that works simultaneously for everyone at once. But the relationship that we have with ourselves is going to be so important in our individual journeys because we have to seek out our own knowledge. And what I mean by that is really diving deeper into who we are as soulful, as existing, as miraculous beings who interact with other soulful, divine, miraculous beings, you know? We have to really be eye openers for ourselves and govern our worlds accordingly for us to really engage in efficient and operable and just overall positive conversations, experiences, existences with these other miraculous beings, not only humans but also animals as well as, you know, other beings can be chickens, or even if you come into contact with artificial intelligence, that's also a type of being itself. But all of these divine orders, it always comes back to you, because when you get done with that conversation, when you get done with that experience, when you get done solidifying or building those experiences, you form a habit or something that is called a relationship. The reason why I feel like habits can correlate or compare with relationships is because you build that automatic attraction. What is it that I like about this person, this thing, this powerful mind, this powerful object? What do I like about it that keeps me coming back? What makes me want to do or engage in more of it? Even if it's monetary based, even if it's intimate, even if it's platonic, just a friendship, even if it's shoot, I don't know, you know? I feel like there's always something to uncover when it comes to diving deeper into the philosophy and the psychological aspects of why we are so built the way we are when it comes to attracting certain type of energies around us that can create these relationships. I think it's interesting. I really do. With the law of attraction, speaking of attracting stuff, the law of attraction, one thing I like to talk about a lot, talks about attracting what you are, or the mindset that you're in, or the things that you need, or like attracts like, or what you think you will attract, it will manifest. Thinking it will be so. Things of that nature. It's easy to, when you think about it, manifest whatever you want. It's the process that seems hard and long. Usually it's drawn out in the beginning when it comes to getting it going, because a lot of people, I feel like, they fail because they stop. And when you stop, that's really like you don't have any opportunity to really build a relationship with that ongoing obstruction, because at that point that's just an obstruction from it not providing you any joy, any benefit. And so when we're speaking about relationships and we're using it in that type of way, you have to remember that with relationships come objectives. And the opposite of objectives are objections, where we're pursuing these goals together and an obstruction comes up because something is really not correlating with what we need, or something's not working out the way we need it to work out. What is your way of healing? What is your way about solving that problem or going about it the right kind of way, you know? When it comes to these relationships, there's two people involved. Or there's a person and a subject, or there's a person and an object, or there's an object and an object, because you can study relationships between beings, objects, energies, you know, as long as it's here and it's alive. Well, not even alive, because, like I said, objects don't, you know. But what is the relationship portraying to you while not only is this conflict going on, but also while it was existing by itself with no problems at all? What's the dynamic like between these two energies, these two beings, these two things that coexist? And coexist meaning that we exist on our own times, but we're coming together just maybe momentarily, long term, you know, for whatever common goal that we're facing until it is completed, or just because we love each other so much that we just want to be around each other. With relationships, especially ones that grow physically, it's good to see when two people are coming together and they're facing a problem head on. And even if the problem solving styles are two totally different styles, it unlocks something in both people to the point where it not only opens this portal of knowledge to flow through you and wisdom to flow through you, but also love, respect for that person for showing you that. And then in relationship to an object, studying oneself to find a new detail. You know, it's kind of like, oh, I didn't notice that before, but I do now. So my awareness is kind of improving. My awareness is growing. My awareness is evolving. And I guess with me, so is the object, because I'm the one that's portraying it. So if I'm evolving, it's evolving, because I didn't know how evolved it was for me to even realize how great of an object it might have been. I don't know. But, you know, I'm just trying to give certain little examples so you can know that when you're working around problems in a relationship, you have to face them head on. And you really have to, one, know yourself, because knowing thyself is always first and key, because if you don't know yourself, you can't really do much, because you're going to cause those obstructions. And if you find yourself facing a problem with another person and you're like, hey, I don't really know me, then that might be obstruction number one. That might be the obstruction to face first, and not justify or validate, but bring that attention and that awareness to heal it and grow from. And once you find yourself growing from it, you'll be able to really understand and uncover the dynamic that needs to be changed and convey the truth that needs to be spread in order for this healing to continue to take place. Because healing's not necessarily hard, but you know, people love to say it's not easy so they can give them more of a better look per se. Because when you make something not look so easy, then the harder it is, the more likely I am to succeed, because it's me doing it. So if I make myself look hard for doing something hard, then they're going to think highly of me, because no one wants to see someone do something easy, because everyone could do it. Which is really something that doesn't even exist anymore. Like, that opinion doesn't even make any more sense, because a lot of people wouldn't do it if it's easy, just because it would waste their time doing it. And a lot of people don't go on if it's like even like easy, hard, medium leveled. We don't care anymore if it's easy or not. Like, of course we want to go for the easiest things, but is it going to convey my time right when I look back at the end of the day? Is it going to make me ecstatic about what happened, or am I going to be like, I wasted my time doing this, which would make me feel unhappy or unwealthy, right? And it's the same thing for relationships. After I hang out with this person or spend time with this inanimate object that I have to be studying for class, or if I spend time with my lover, am I really getting the experience that I want from this experience right now? Am I okay with accepting what I'm getting, or do I gravitate towards the perspective of wanting more? And there's nothing wrong with wanting more, but it's something when you're unable to communicate that blessing. And I say blessing because there's nothing wrong with finding interest in either your lover and wanting your lover more, or needing just more in general, and that obstruction coming and being like, hey, I don't know what's this hold over me and my spirit, which which talks about those spiritual relationships, right? Going into the set of, hey, my spirit is telling me this and is yearning this and longing this, but there's something that's foretelling me it's not happening, or there's something that's telling me in this present moment of time that I need to say something to get it or achieve what I want to achieve with you in this moment. So it's really about really knuckling down, and if that's a problem, one, bringing awareness to the problem. Two, solidifying what to do as a response, as in a resolution. Three, making warning signs for the next time, or noticing the notice signs for the next time. Four, what actions are going to be taken to avoid that problem or prevent the problem. And then really showing gratitude and honestly asking for the support and, knowledge when you need it. Because sometimes we do forget things. Sometimes it does slip our mind. Sometimes we forget how to solve problems. Sometimes our feelings get the best of us. Things happen. People change. And it's all the same things over and over. But then again, it's all about the awareness purposes. So I'm going to end it here. And hopefully you enjoyed episode 1. I'm using BandLab, so there's only 15 minutes. So they're going to be like 15-minute episodes, I guess, when I can. And I just want to enjoy some peace and share some words that I had on my mind. I've been putting off the podcast thing, but, this was the easiest way because I wanted to record on camera, but, start somewhere, right? Well, okay. Hopefully you have a nice day and be safe.